Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm talking quietly because little Judah man is asleep right here in his little lounger in front of me. Today is a day that I have been not looking forward to for a very long time because today is Tyler's first day back at work, and I've had over the past month just a lot of anxiety thinking about this day and sort of thinking about the beginning of being on my own, which I'll talk more about in this video, and also just share what God has been teaching me through that, because he's definitely been teaching me a lot, and I feel like sanctifying me a lot already just in this first month of motherhood. I will say we are so beyond blessed that Tyler was basically able to take almost the entire first month off of Judah's life to be home with us and to spend the holidays together, and it's just seriously been the best time having him home. And so there's already been tears shed this morning that he is going to work today, but I know that again, we're super blessed that we had the time off that we did, and now it's going to be a whole new transition of figuring this out and being home with Judah on my own, and also still juggling and managing a little bit of work stuff here with content. And so I'll update you on all of that. So far this morning, we woke up around 6, and I was also Judah woke up a little bit after that for a feed, but I knew as we were trying to figure out our new routine, I knew that the one thing I'm going to need to do every day before Tyler leaves is shower, just because right now it's just kind of unpredictable if like he will go to sleep or whatever, and I just don't want to be in a situation where I'm like in the shower and he's crying anyways. So I wanted to make sure that I did that before Tyler left, because everything else I can kind of like try to do, especially with like postpartum night sweats. I've been waking up so sweaty that I'm like, I don't want to go all day without being able to shower. So anyways, we woke up and Tyler was holding Judah for a bit, and then I showered and we got to have some time here on the couch a little bit just to talk and pray, which is really sweet. I don't know, I'm like already emotional, but that's what has happened so far today. And thankfully Judah is being nice to mama for my first day on the job as doing this on my own, because he has been just sleeping since his morning feed. Again, sometimes it's hit or miss. Sometimes he'll wake up and then be a little bit fussy. Sometimes he'll have a little bit of wake time and then go to sleep. It's just always different, but he has been very calm this morning. Tyler and I got to pray together. He left for work just a couple minutes ago. I'm gonna take all my morning vitamins really quick. So I'll just show you what I take. I've got, this is sunflower, I think it's pronounced lecithin. This is the stuff you can take if you get clogged milk ducts, which I feel like I might have had a couple clogged ducts, but I've been taking this as a preventative thing. So you take like 1 or 2 a day as a preventative thing from getting clogged ducts, and then if you have a clogged duct, you take 3 or 4 a day. But the clogged ducts, milk ducts, is what can lead to mastitis and like an infection. And so I've heard so many people talk about that and want to try to avoid that. So I've just been taking these as a preventative measure. And thankfully, every time I've noticed starting to get like a little bit of a clogged duct, I feel like it clears up pretty well if I just take like an extra one of these. So I take those every morning. This is the probiotic I've been taking. I'll have all these linked down below. And then the Ritual postnatal. So I took their multivitamins, I took their prenatals, and now I'm taking their postnatal vitamin. Not sponsored, but I do still have a code with them from when I did work with them before, so I'll have that link down below. So I'm gonna take those, maybe have quiet time, have some breakfast. I'm learning right now that in these little pockets of like free time that I have, because I'm such a task-oriented person and to-do list person, that I kind of create these lists in my mind of like, okay, I'm gonna like have a quiet time, I'm gonna make breakfast, but I have to hold those things with a very open hand, because I could have 2 hours to sort of start working on things, and there's a video I want to like proof to send over edits for. I could have 2 hours to do all that. I could have 2 minutes. It just really depends. And so that is my tentative to-do list, but we'll see what happens. So I'll check back in whenever the next time I check in is. Here's the little outfit of the day. It's this lounge set from Cozy Earth. I love this olive green color, and it's just a really comfy, cozy material, but I'll have it linked down below. And then let me show you my necklace. Actually, let me flip it around. My friend Tiff sent me this by surprise. It's a little initial necklace from Made by Mary, and I've got a T for Tyler and a J for Judah, so I can hold my 2 guys close to me always. But that was like the sweetest little surprise in the mail, and I've been wearing it every single day. just finished my little quiet time and have so many thoughts that I want to share, so hopefully I can get them out okay. I wanted to say that the Bible reading plan I'm using this year is called the Grace Bible Reading Plan, and I picked it because I'm somebody who tends to need the structure of a plan, but this one has a lot of grace days. So there's only a plan for 270 days of the year, which basically means that every week you get 1 or 2 grace days if you don't get to the reading that day or if you're behind and you need to catch up. And so I'll link that down below. And today it had me in 2 chapters in Genesis, 1 in Acts, but I'm going to be real honest with you. I read about 3 verses in Genesis and then didn't read anymore and ended up spending most of my quiet time journaling. I'm not going to show you it because, personal, but it's just here in, this is actually a prayer journal. I'll have it linked down below as well. And I love it because it has a section for you every morning or every month to write out like prayers for different categories of your life that you can then refer back to. And at the end of the month, you can like count the fruit, it says, so you can see where God has answered in those prayers. There's also sections, so that's the monthly prompt section. Then there's the conversation section, which is more like journaled out prayers. And then a gratitude section where you can write out like lists of things you're thankful for. So I was in the conversation section today and I was writing out just a journaled prayer. Tyler and I yesterday, it was a really, really rough day, not like us two, but just with Judah. He was super fussy all day. Our plans were to like take down Christmas stuff and to get toilet paper from Target and to go grocery shopping. And as you can see, the Christmas stuff did not come down. The only thing we accomplished yesterday, quote unquote, was going to Target, and it was quite the adventure, like without even, I don't even know how to tell it all, but like he ended up like walking Judah around outside in the stroller because he was really fussy, and I like ran into Target to get the stuff we needed, and then we were like gonna run over to Rubio's, which was next to Target, to get lunch. And so Tyler was like, let me go put this stuff in the car and you can stroll Judah over and order. And then he walked to the car and realized the keys were in my diaper bag, and then Judah was fussy. Anyways, it was just a whole long day, and it was a very humbling. Parenthood and having a newborn, I guess specifically right now in this stage, is very humbling and sanctifying and stuff, but it was just a hard day. And then I kind of hit a breaking point because, again, I'm just very task oriented, and I knew this was going to be like a big challenge for me in motherhood, was like learning to let go of some of that, learning to let go of the need to feel a sense of control and planning and stuff like that. But I kind of just like broke down to Tyler and told him like I don't know how to turn my mind off, because I love caring for Judah and like the moments where I'm just with him, but then it's so hard for me to not create a plan in my mind of, okay, when he sleeps, I have like these 2 hours where I can get these things done that I need to get done. And the reality is, like I was saying before, is you just can't bank on that. So when I have that expectation that like I'm gonna get to care for him all day, but I'm gonna have this pocket of time to get the other things done that I need to get done, and that doesn't happen, it's really hard for me. And I don't know how to turn my mind off of like then rearranging, okay, well, I didn't get this done today, so I can do this thing the other day. And it's just like exhausting and stuff. And I was just sharing that with him. He ended up sharing stuff with me that had been on his mind, and it just led to this like really good unifying conversation where we were able to talk through and pray through things that have just been kind of like weighing on us individually, but we hadn't had a chance to talk through. Anywho, all that to say, that was kind of like a little side nugget I wanted to share, is sometimes things that feel like an interruption, because that was part of yesterday, is that we were going to get Christmas stuff done, and then that good long conversation and prayer time between the two of us happened instead. So what felt like an interruption to our plans to get the Christmas stuff down was actually so much better and so much more beneficial, and totally what God had for us in that day. That is why I didn't really read too much of the Bible today, because I was just like journaling through all of that and praying through all of it on my own. In this little prayer journal here, I guess that's kind of what I'm trying to share, is I'm trying to learn that flexibility, even with having this Grace Bible reading plan, which I will probably follow loosely. There's going to be days where, today what I needed was just to spend time processing through things with the Lord in that prayer journal. And I didn't have a super in-depth Bible study, and I don't have some little quiet time nugget to share with you, and that's okay. And learning those rhythms of grace and relationship with God, rather than just like, okay, a to-do list, which there's a balance, because I think that it's important to have discipline in terms of like, there's going to be days where you don't feel like reading the Bible, or where it's hard to make time for it, and needing to prioritize that. And so having that balance of not having no discipline in that, but also like, today this is what I needed in my relationship with God, was to not really read it and to spend time praying. And so I hope that makes sense. That's part of what I'm learning in this new season, is just like letting go and leaning into God. And the other part of that is, I just got to spend 20-30 minutes journaling out a prayer, and I know that it is not realistic that that's going to happen every day. And so part of what I feel like the anxiety I've felt is just anticipating, like in different situations like this, well, how am I going to do this on a different day where maybe he's fussy? It's like he's sitting here sleeping. He's been sleeping for an hour or so now, and kind of that temptation to worry, like, how would I do this if, you know, he was super fussy, and realizing that, you know what, this was God's provision for today, and today God knew that I needed this, and God provided this pocket of time for me to have that time with him. On another day I might have zero time with him, and my time with God might look like reading the verse of the day on the YouVersion Bible app and repeating that to myself, and praying as I'm rocking a fussy baby, and praying over him, and praying over, you know, my own prayer requests, and praying over Tyler. And that might look like what it is the one day, and learning to be okay with that from somebody who is very type A, a planner, likes to have the perfect plan for the day and check it all off and go through it. God is sanctifying me, and it's beautiful. And I feel like there was maybe more I wanted to say, but I've already been talking for a really long time, and this is going to be a very long vlog now. But the plan is also within our flexibility that we're learning. I was going to make breakfast, but knew that, you know, this was more important right now. And I also have a video that I really want to get proofed before I need to go, so I'm not going to make breakfast. I'm going to proof that video and send it over so I can have edits to upload it tomorrow. It's a Q&A, meet our baby and life update Q&A, which will already be up as you're watching this, so I'll have it linked. I'm going to do that, and then both Judah and I have a chiropractor appointment. Instead of making breakfast here, I'm just going to leave a little early and drive through Starbucks and get myself some egg bite and a coffee, because today what needs to be prioritized is the time with God I just spent and getting that video sent over, because I don't know that later I'll have a pocket where he's sleeping and I'm going to be able to do that. And so hopefully these stream of consciousness thoughts of what I'm processing and learning in real time are encouraging or helpful in some way, because I know this is really different than probably a lot of my videos that are more thought out and planned through, and I'm just kind of rambling at this point, but hopefully it's helpful. Also, on the chiropractor side note, I thought it was really weird the first time I heard of a baby going to get a chiropractor appointment. My sister-in-law, her dad's a chiropractor, and I was there at both of my niece's births, and he adjusted them very shortly after birth. And when we think adjustment for adults, we think of like our neck getting cracked, but for a baby it's very gentle. It's literally like this, or like this on their neck, and it can really impact a lot of things. Having your baby be in good alignment, it can affect feeding, latching, colic, so many other things, and just developmentally as they grow even more. And again, we haven't shared our birth story, but it was quite the experience and quite the very, very long labor. And because of that, wanted to make sure he was getting adjusted, so that kind of like the effects of that like birth trauma on him from such a long labor and such a long time in the birth canal were being addressed and stuff. And so we're going to drive to the chiropractor appointment, and we're both going to have it. This will be my first time driving alone with him in the back, but the car seat and everything, the base is all installed, and Tyler has the mirror in there for me, but it's a little nerve-wracking. So all the new things today. I'm going to proof that video really quick while he's still asleep, then brush my teeth, and then we're going to head out. Together? Are we all ready to go? Yeah. How's my sweet boy? Just getting Judah ready in his little car seat to go, and I wanted to share a little hack I've learned so far is for diaper bags to pack them when you get home, like pack/replenish them, rather than when you're like getting ready to leave in the morning, because even when you leave yourself lots of extra time like we did today, things always take a little bit longer than you think, and that way when you're inevitably in a rush, or maybe that's just me, getting ready to run out the door, you're not like, oh, did I replace the diapers? Do I have an extra outfit? It's already all ready to go. Are you ready now? Are you nice and snug as a bug? Yeah? Let's go. Okay. Yeah, she is. Thank you so much. You too. All right, we're gonna go now, okay? We're driving. Are you getting adjusted, buddy? Good job, Bubba's. Yay! I'm done. I'm done. Good job, Bubba's. All right. Successful chiropractor appointment, which I did want to mention if you're looking for a chiropractor and you're in the San Diego area. The name of their practice is Sprout Family Chiropractic, and they're amazing. They do pediatrics, adults, all the things. And then I just did a quick errand to return sizing on a Christmas gift, and I'm about to drive home. It is pouring, which never happens in San Diego, so I'm like, it would be raining the first time that I'm driving by myself with him, but so far so good. We got the mirror so I can see him back there. Also, I thought it was funny and really sweet that both my mom and my mother-in-law have called today to check in just to see how the first day is going. Could not be more thankful for just a good day so far. And I was just in there doing the exchange, and I had Judah in his little car seat stroller, or like the car seat in the stroller attachment, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I was like rocking him while I was waiting for the exchange just to keep him asleep. And I was just staring at his little face, and I was like, man, my heart could burst looking at him. If you have kids, comment if you just look at your kids and you're just like overcome with love for them, because it's wild. But anyways, I'm gonna head home now and then we'll check in a bit. It is about 3:30, just kidding, it's closer to 4. I am still finishing the yogurt parfait that I made myself for lunch, probably around 1. And I've spent the past hour and a half or so soothing Mr. Judah, man. Look at him. Oh yeah, because he was super overtired and just fighting sleep. And I feel like those are some of the humbling moments of parenting, when you just want so desperately to help your baby get what they need, which in this case for him was sleep, but just realizing you're not ultimately in control. I couldn't make him sleep. I was doing all the different things trying to help him. Those are just kind of some of the humbling moments of realizing that there's so much that I can't control. But I wanted to share this because this is literally the season that I have looked forward to my entire life. Like, I have always wanted to be married and to be a mama, and now by the grace of God, like, that is the season I'm in, which is so crazy. And I think that in that, because this is something that I've so looked forward to for so long, there can be almost a guilt in acknowledging that there can be hard parts of that season, like an afternoon like this where I spend 2 hours trying to soothe a fussy but adorable baby. I think that that's true of any season. Every season is going to hold just good and bad, things that are amazing and also things that are hard. But something that I've been learning, especially in motherhood, is that hard does not equal bad. But in fact, oftentimes I think the hard things in any season are the things that God is using to sanctify us, to refine us, and to make us look more like Him. And I just wanted to share that reminder because I know I've talked a lot about waiting on my channel, specifically singleness. I shared a lot of my story of waiting for God to bring my husband into my life. I wrote an entire devotional, my Still Single devotional, seeking encouragement into that season. If that's the season you're in, I'll have it linked down below. But I want to share that reminder that whatever it is you may be waiting for, whether it's to be a mama or for God to bring your husband into your life or career stuff, to be clear, whatever it is, whatever waiting season you may be in, and whatever hard parts are in that wait, or even hard things in a season of fulfillment like this one, to just ask God to show you how He's using those hard things to draw you more into His heart and to refine you more into His image, because He for sure uses those things. And then also to embrace the good in it, whether it is that waiting season where you're longing for something, ask Him to show you the good, sweet parts in it. And in those seasons of fulfillment like this one, where literally being Judah's mom is the best thing and it is the sweetest, most joyful season, embracing those things while also making space for it to be okay that there's hard parts too, that God is using to refine you, that hard does not equal bad. God uses those things to make us look more like Him. And so just wanted to share that little thought, what this transition into learning how to be a mama has looked like for me and what I'm learning and what God's teaching me through it. So anywho, while little man is sleeping, I'm going to finish eating my lunch before it's dinner time and finish a couple little email things and then just enjoy some more cuddles.
Judah man, yes you are, yes you are, Judah, Judah man. Judah man, yes you are.
I was gonna film more, but I realized I probably already have way more than enough footage for this vlog, and then my camera died, which confirmed that I probably have way too much footage for this vlog. And we officially made it because Daddy's home. The happiest part of the whole day. So I hope you enjoyed this video and all my ramblings. If you did, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. And what else, babe?
Ring the bell.
And what else?
Subscribe.
Yeah, but thank you for being here. Judah says, I'm slumpty dumpty now. Oh, maybe not. His eyes are still kind of open.
Say that.
But thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!
You gonna blow him a kiss or what?